This is an abandoned magnetic train. Gotta check this out. She's with me for this one. So we are at a undisclosed location in Powder Springs, Austell, and trying to get around to the abandoned Maglev test track. So there's actually this complex in use, but I think it's going to be not in use soon. And there's of course people here today, so we're kind of trying to sneak a way around to get way in the back where this place is. And there's a lot of water here, a good bit of water. I think our friends are leaving. All right, now we can get in here. Yeah, so they're planning something to be putting in sewage or to be putting in drains and stuff. Something's happening in this area very soon, I think. We are coming up on the track, so looks like that may have been a part of it. Don't know what happened to the last remaining feet there, but it looks like the track actually ends here a little bit more, so this was probably just some extra. So yeah, the tracks look like they actually ended here. There was 2,000 feet of track. We'll get into some of the details of this place right here before we tour it. All right, so this train is from American Maglev Technology. That's the AMT. The idea was to use it for like mega regional transportation, so like from Atlanta to Charlotte or from Atlanta to like Orlando, something like that. That's because it could have ran along the highways, so then they wouldn't have had to deal with all the environmental stuff. They'd have just been able to like put it right beside a highway and boom, you've got a magnetic train that can take you places. Basically, this train used a magnetic field to move along this track. Essentially, the magnetic field made a small tiny gap due to the magnets. You know, like if you put a magnet on a fridge, how it'll move around. So they managed the magnetic gap 10,000 times per second at 10 kilohertz. That way it could pull this. He said it was a 50,000 pound train. I mean, it very well could be, considering batteries and magnets and all that kind of stuff. It could have been a 50,000 pound train. It doesn't look like it, but as I mentioned in another part, there's a clip where it turned on, the lady was literally able to push it with her hand. So that was pretty amazing. Now, once it was lifted, it was essentially frictionless along this track, and the train is 65 feet long. This test track that they created to show it is 2,000 feet long. Now, as far as I know, this is the only abandoned Maglev station in America, and there's actually no Maglev trains running in America, but there's plenty running overseas in like China, Europe, and places like that where they kind of like this technology better. This train had two 1,150 horsepower motors to push and pull the train, and it actually had like a regenerative braking feature similar to the Teslas, to where it could store that energy in batteries and then use it for a returning trip. It also used 60% less energy than like a steel rail train. It used 60% less energy than those. So it was very, very green. It didn't put out any emissions or anything like that. And there was no moving parts since it was from magnets, so there was really nothing to maintain. The one that you see here is actually the third generation of Maglev trains. They started in the early 1990s. The test track was built in 2006. It took them about 5 months to build it. And then starting in 2007, they had people coming here to basically check it out, see the technology so that they could show them what they could build in their city, state, country, etc. Now, they had plans to connect this from Atlanta to Charlotte to Savannah to Orlando, and the real trains could run up to 120 miles per hour, which would mean you'd get to Orlando in like 3 hours or something, like half the time it takes to drive there, maybe a little longer than a plane would take. But this test model could only go 35 miles per hour, but I mean, it only had 2,000 feet of track. So, but that's a little bit of facts about this Maglev abandoned train. So we've toured the whole place. Let's show you what we got here. All the swampy sounds make me think of like New Orleans. So I could be wrong, but I'm guessing this was all, looks like electrical components for everything that was back here. So you can definitely see here, the power ran off of that pole and then into these buildings and down to the train station. As you can see there where it connects down. Go through this marsh and see what's in this little building. This floor looks really bad. Well, maybe not. But don't look like there's really much of anything in here. That really looks like copper, but I don't think it is.
No, I think it's rusted. That's why it's that color.
That makes sense. Oh, there's like, what are these? These are batteries. Holy crap. Nothing you could use, but yeah, these are all batteries. I'm pretty certain they look like batteries from the top. There's more of those connectors. We saw a bunch of those.
Oh, that's creepy. That's creepy.
But yeah, these look like a whole bunch of batteries. I'm not gonna keep walking. The floor looks bad, but very, very interesting. All right. Whoa, there's actually 2 parts to the track. There it is. All right. Here it is. Wow. Yeah, they're definitely doing something out here. Here we are. Wow. So let's tour this place. Here it is. In the video that I saw online, because of the magnets, the lady was literally able to like push right here and the whole train moved when it was powered on.
And you could push it with one hand. So
Now it looks like a lot of the cables were cut, but don't fully know why. Somebody busted this place up pretty good. That's a bit of a look underneath the track. AMT current drivers. Don't really know what I'm looking at here, but it's still very, very cool. All the breakers and stuff. Can we turn it on? Let's check out what's in this building. Hello. Well, got a sink. Nothing in there. Anything back here?
2 toilets.
At least show them. I like giving full tours.
Your video.
And oh, another restroom. I really wonder why they cut all these wires. All right, now let's get up top. Whoa, what did that do? It's like a big wheel.
That one, make a nice table.
Make a table, yeah. That's photogenic there.
Yeah.
Wow, so many just parts and components everywhere. What in the world was this thing? Wow. 300 foot-pound of torque, caution air venting. Stand clear 30 feet when firing. These are a little more intact over here. See, like, I wonder what that part does. Because there was no tires or anything. All fully just levitated off the ground electrically. Giant, like, air tanks or something. These are huge. Oh, wow. I wonder, I guess these would have been the seats that would have been in it. They were at least soft seats, so you weren't sitting on metal like on Marta. These look a lot sturdier. Yeah, here we are, here we are. Whoa. Holy crap. Look at this. A floppy drive. Utility disk version 1.11. That's essentially a map of where we are. I like the little look through there. Wow. Somebody was making a fire or something. Power module. Total charges $651. So this is like an inspection sheet, it looks like. Please release to Tony Morris. I think that was the CEO. Neo Control.
Yeah.
What did they say?
Use some dates. 92, 92, and 91.
Huh.
I know.
Wow, all kinds of service reports. Low-cost guideways for Maglev. Homeless definitely like stumbled upon this and used it as housing, it seems. I would have too, shoot. Candles and stuff. Wow. Look at this, welcome to Atlanta. Or welcomes you to Atlanta. What's in here? Not really much in here. All right, let's check out the Holy Grail.
That didn't look cool.
That's like metal. And in we go. Wow. Look at this, a switch. A very, very old switch. Somebody spent a lot of time to get this up. Do these actually open? No. It is like a spaceship, and I don't think, from my understanding, it did not need a driver. Like, it was all controlled by a station because it was just fully levitating off the magnets and stuff. So, from what I understand, it did not need a driver or nothing. Bunch of like electrical components. This is actually, in the interview video I saw, this is literally where they were standing. This was, of course, on the wall, but this is where the CEO was standing.
We've actually been at this since the early 1990s, and we've been
More seats. And then I guess for the rest of it, people would have just been standing, holding on to a bar, or one of the middle bars. So here's kind of the other side. Well, control board of some sort. Has a VGA outlet. Not certain why this one's so cool to me, but I guess I never thought I'd have the opportunity for an abandoned train. So another one of those circuit boards with a VGA outlet. Something there. Yeah, I was wanting to get on the track. That was one of my goals. Like, I wanted to do my talking right there on the track. If we walked around. Look at that. What in the world were these massive things used for? Was that you?
No. Well, I stepped on something crinkly, but I didn't make that.
The thud? Well, we've been through the whole place, so nobody else should be here. That was pretty creepy. Now we're up here. Look at that. What a beaut. Just left abandoned in the woods. So cool. Seems like a lot of stuff used network cables. So this was essentially track here. This is what I would have rode on. I'm stupid. I left my drone on the track after climbing back down. So we did see that the mounting brackets here actually match what we saw on the wall. So these would have been the seats, and this one is folded, so you'd have been able to like fold them up if you needed to. Had to come underneath it. Wow, interesting. Nothing to really see though, from what I can tell. Yeah, more cut cables and stuff. I'm actually wondering if these are magnets for it. I don't know. There's a bunch of them down here though. I'd definitely say they're either coming through with housing, road widening. They're doing something to be taking down all these trees and stuff. All right, well that is a tour of this abandoned Maglev train. Glad my queen was able to come on this one. She wasn't too scared of it. That's a look at it. Hope you liked the video. Click like, click subscribe, indulge in your life at indulgeclothing.com for the merch. See you in the next one. Deuces. These are randomly on the side, diesel exhaust fluid. But this oil here is still sealed. Like the seal's still on it. Interesting.